Hi, it's Matt from Go Green Autos. So here we have a smart car. It's a smart ForTwo Electric Drive. It's in this really nice matte metallic grey. It doesn't have a gloss lacquer like normal paints do. It's this very nice, unusual matte finish. These have Tesla batteries, electric motor, and electric drivetrain. Because obviously these are made by Mercedes, and back in the day Mercedes owned a share of Tesla, so the smart cars and the Mercedes B-Class use Tesla running gear. Not that it's the same performance at all as a proper Tesla, nothing like it. These are okay, but they're not the fastest of cars, but obviously they're not designed to be. They are a sort of a city car. So the acceleration of these is about the same as the petrol or diesel variants. They have a top speed of 80 miles an hour or so. But the nice thing is they are utterly silent. Whereas a normal smart ForTwo, they're all rear-wheel drive, so the engine normally sits in here. In this case, the electric motor sits at the back there. It's right behind your back, and normally smart cars are quite noisy, but of course this one is utterly silent, so it's really nice to drive. So as you can see, this is grey with a red fabric roof. It's a full folding roof, which I'll show you in a minute, and it's got this really nice red interior. Not sure quite whether it's picking it up because the sun is very low, but yeah, stunning interior on it. So we've got red seats, or red and black seats, and a completely red dash. It really is nice. So the specs on this has got a 17.6 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery. It's got a 3.3 kilowatt AC charger. They do approximately 90 miles to a charge. They only cost about £2.25 to charge at home, or if you've got economy 7, then you're looking at more like 75 to 90 pence to charge this. So incredibly cheap to run. Obviously there's no road tax. Obviously it's got MOTs, but the servicing on electric cars, as you probably know, are much cheaper. There's hardly any serviceable parts. All they change on these is a pollen filter. There is a battery cartridge they put in on every second service, but I've just had this car serviced down at Mercedes-Benz, and a service is 90 quid. Well, that's for the more expensive service, so the intermittent one is going to be cheaper. I don't know what it is, but I would imagine you're looking at more like 50 or 60 pounds. So yeah, very cheap to run these cars. And as I said, you're looking at only £2.25 or so to charge this at home, depending on your electricity charge rate. So let's just look in the boot here, because we've got the charging cables. So here's your two charging cables. This is your Type 2 to Type 2 cable. So you would use that at home if you had a proper charging unit, or you would use that when connecting to a public charge post. And this is your portable charger. The Type 2 connector goes into the car, and this end is a normal 3-pin plug. So this means you can charge this car on a standard main socket. It takes roughly 7 hours to charge with that, but if you had a proper wall charger, you're looking at 5 to 6 hours. So yeah, very cheap car to run, really nice condition. So let's talk about condition, because as you know from my videos, I point every little minor detail out, which allows people to buy the cars without coming to view them first, and then I deliver the cars to them. So condition wise, let's just start here. It really is in fantastic condition. The tyres are great. There's not a mark on the alloys. There's only two little things to point out on this car. There's a little chip here on the door, but these panels are plastic, so it's not going to rust. There is a little scratch there on the bit of silver there, but as you probably know, most of these panels, this is metal, but all these other panels on a smart car are plastic. The front wheel here, that alloy is just perfect. I've actually had that one reconditioned because it did have some scuffing on it. But yeah, not a mark at all on it. It really is absolutely spotless. There we see the alloy wheel there. Let's have a look. Is that a scratch? Oh yeah, little scratch there, but no scuffing. And looking down that side, it's all good. That wheel, oh, some very minor scuffing there, but you know, just a little graze. But really is, oh, I'm not lining my phone up there, really is minor. And then looking along the back, all I can point out here is a little, oh, that's my face, a little chip there on the edge of the boot lid there, but it's really is insignificant. And the bumper there are all great, so really they don't come better than this. This really is immaculate. And then inside the car, it is just immaculate, like the outside. There's the door card. Got this nice red dash. It's all sort of fabric on the dash, but there's no tears or dirt. It's just stunning condition. And you've got these black and red seats. The seats are a little bit damp at the moment because I have just washed them this morning, so they look a little bit darker than they would do otherwise, but they will dry up shortly. And we've got the proper smart mats. And this one has the sat nav as well. So inside the smart car, we have got 2 remote keys, and your ignition switch is down here. So I'll just turn it on. And the other thing you get with this smart car is it boots up incredibly quick. As soon as you turn the key, it's ready, and you can select drive. Oh, let me just turn the radio off. You can select drive and you can be off. There's no boot up time, there's no chimes. It's just really simple, but more importantly, really quick. It's the quickest starting procedure I've yet seen on an electric car. So very simple to understand this car. Firstly, you've got a sat nav here. This is touchscreen. It's also got a radio. You've got Bluetooth to connect your telephone, and behind here you can stick in a CD, and you've also got an SD card slot there if you want to put MP3 music in. You've got heated seats for both your passenger and driver. Down here is your gear stick. All electric cars are automatic. There isn't even a gearbox, so this is just really a switch. Just behind, which you can't quite see, are your 2 switches for the electric roof, which I'll show you in a minute. And then up here you've got 2 gauges. One is your battery, effectively your fuel tank. It's currently at 60%, but it goes from 0 down to 100. This one is your power meter. So when it's on the left side in the green, that's when you're charging the battery using the regen braking. And then it goes around from 0 to 100. Very simple. Your dash is nice and simple. You've got an eco bar at the bottom to show you how energy efficiently you're driving. But the most important thing here with the Smart is you've got paddles on the back of your steering wheel here. So you've got minus and plus, and that increases or decreases your regen braking. So really nice system. I'm just going to stick it into drive. We can now see D there. If I press the plus paddle, it's now got a little plus next to it, so that's maximum regen braking. So when you lift off the throttle, you're instantly getting the electric motor turns into a dynamo effectively and starts putting energy back into the battery, and you'll see it up on the dial up here. And you're getting engine braking, so you're slowing down, and when you've engaged plus and you're getting full regen braking, it will slow down that bit quicker. If you press minus, the display takes away the plus, and that's standard regen braking, so it slows down that little bit slower. And when you press minus again, you've now got a minus sign there, and that takes the regen braking or the engine braking off completely, and it's like a cruise mode. So when you lift off the accelerator, it will effectively roll, like putting it in neutral almost, so you're getting no regen braking at all. But it allows you to keep that momentum up and go around the corner sort of fast, and if you need to slow down, you maximize it and get that full braking. You're getting energy back in the battery, and it's a very efficient way of driving an electric car. If you can drive like you've got no brakes and only touch the brakes when you really need to, and use the regen braking, effectively your engine braking, then it will increase your range. So what else is to show you? You've got electric windows. You don't have electric mirrors. The mirrors are manual, but being such a small car, you can reach over that side and adjust them, so it's not a problem. glove box. Yeah, but apart from that, that's about it. Spec wise, it's quite a simple car. Oh, the other thing it does have pre-conditioning. So either using an app on your phone or setting it up on the dashboard here, you can tell the car what time you're going to leave, and you can pre-condition the car. So in the winter it will heat the car up and it will melt all the ice off the windows, and in the summer it will cool the car down, and it will do that while you're connected to your house. So you're going to retain 100% of your battery charge when you disconnect and start your drive, but your car will already be warm. It's a really nice feature. Most electric cars have that. So I'll just show you how the electric roof works. So the electric roof will slide back as one operation. If you then want it to open further, you can then drop the back section down, and then you can also take those bars out there, and there's a place in the boot to store them. So I'll just show you how all that works. So as I said, it's the only convertible electric car, so a little bit different. Obviously you can take that other roof bar out on the other side, but yeah, proper frameless convertible there. And the rails store very cleverly, as you saw, in the boot lid there. And you've got a space to store each rail. So I'll just show you the paperwork. It's obviously 2 keys, as I've shown you already. Here we've got all the original books in the wallet. So we've got the owner's manual, we've got a safety manual and the service history book. I have just had it serviced at the main dealer in Swindon, the main Mercedes dealer, only this week. And here we can see it was done on the 25th of the 10th and done at 12,279 miles. And as you can see, it's had everything done. Combination filter, that's your pollen filter, the new battery in the key. I've also had the brake fluid changed as well, and a new dryer cartridge. This was something that's new to me. You don't get this on other electric cars. It seems it's a moisture retention cartridge in the battery pack. And it's had the high voltage battery checked. So yeah, that's all been done, so that's all good for a while. It doesn't have previous stamps from the other services. I tried to get a service history printout from the dealer, but they wouldn't give me one. But they did tell me it had been done, so it had these other ones, so they stamped the appropriate page in the book. But I bought this car from Mercedes-Benz Finance, and a lot of the times with lease cars, the service books aren't stamped. It's quite common, and that's because the maintenance is included in the lease, and the driver of the vehicle doesn't pay for it, and therefore they don't get the book stamped. So yeah, that's quite common. So here we have the V5, no previous keepers, so one owner from new. And the registration date is the 25th of the 4th 2014, and it's electric. And then here's the receipt for the service at the Mercedes garage in Swindon. 150 quid all in, or 125 plus VAT for a full service and brake fluid change. So electric cars are very cheap to run. As I said, a normal service is only about 90 quid for that main service without brake fluid. And I think the intermediate service, you're probably looking at 50 or 60 quid or so. I've also just had an MOT done. There's the receipt, and the MOT is until the 11th of the 10th 2019. So and that was done at 12,209 miles, so it's all it's been is to Swindon and back since. So yeah, all the paperwork that you would want to see, and service, so all good for a while yet. So this car's ready now, so genuinely you're not going to find a better convertible smart car than this. It's just in stunning condition and looks amazing in this matte metallic paintwork and with the red roof and red interior obviously. So this is all ready. It's got a new service, it's got a new MOT, it comes with the portable charger in the boot there, so you can charge it straight away from home. And as you've probably seen on my website, all my vehicles include the free installation of a Rolex 32 amp wall charger, so that will charge this car that bit quicker. That normally takes 2 to 3 weeks to get installed, but obviously in the meantime you've got that charger in the boot there, so you can just charge off a normal main socket. And that also means you can charge when you go and visit family, or you can charge at your workplace, you can charge it anywhere where there's a main socket. So obviously I can deliver these cars anywhere in the country, and do give me a call or email if you're interested.